Hooray for Holly. Wait a minute. Tell them to go out there with all they got and win just one for the get. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of the new comedy film Central Intelligence. It stars Dwayne Johnson, also Kevin Hart, Amy Ryan, Danielle Nicolette, and more. It is the story of a guy who was incredibly popular in high school, a guy named Calvin Joyner, played by Kevin Hart. Calvin was known as the Golden Jet. He played football, he was on the track team, he was prom king, and was voted most likely to succeed. Somebody who was not was a young man named, with the unfortunate name of Robbie Weirdick, played by Dwayne Johnson. Robbie was very overweight and was picked on by all the mean kids in school, especially a guy named Trevor, played as an adult by Jason Bateman. One time, Robbie gets thrown into the middle of a school like pep rally in the gym, naked, after the bullies have pulled him out of the showers in the locker room. The only person who was nice to him on that day was Calvin Joyner. Jump ahead 20 years. Calvin is an accountant, and he is working for a large company, and he gets a Facebook friend request from a guy named Bob Stone. He doesn't remember who Bob is, and there are no photos that would identify him, but Calvin accepts the friend request anyway, and it turns out it's actually Robbie, who has lost a lot of weight and turned into somebody who looks amazingly like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The two decide to meet up for a drink to reminisce over old times, and Bob Stone, Robbie, displays some unusual talents, like being able to beat up four guys, including one guy who is armed by himself. Turns out Bob Stone is his CIA name. He works for the Central Intelligence Agency, and he's being hunted by his boss, Agent Pamela Harris, played by Amy Ryan. And he's accused of doing some very bad things that could bring about the downfall of the United States. He's being hunted by his former boss and others, accused of killing his former partner, Phil, played by Aaron Paul, and the two, Calvin reluctantly goes on the run while trying to keep all this from his wife, Maggie, played by Danielle Nicolette. It is an action comedy, and it's pretty funny most of the time. There are some cameos that are done that, especially at the very end of the film, that really pay off a joke from earlier in the movie. And while the plot gets somewhat given away by the casting of one particular role, the whole thing works pretty well together. There are some dry points, especially when they when Calvin and Bob are talking. Calvin is trying to, get out of the situation, and Bob just keeps saying, "No, you're in, whether you like it or not." That gets a bit tedious at times, but fortunately they are brief, and there are some very good action scenes and some very funny bits that occur during the movie. It's well worth your time to see if you're looking for something kind of lighthearted and action-packed. That's why I am giving Central Intelligence 4 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and you can send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan@Comcast.net. Till next time, toodles!